Hey everyone, Joe Dibley here from Frock-Off Inc. I am the event producer for A Frock-alicious Life is Calling in Canmore and all things Frock-alicious, also the founder of Frock-Off Inc. I am super excited today. We've been doing some interviews for some of the most amazing speakers I've ever heard that are going to be speaking in Canmore, and we have a real treat for you this afternoon because, and you may notice this, he will be the first man that will be speaking for and sharing his knowledge. I'm super excited. Dwayne Klassen, I've known him for a while. I've heard amazing things about him, and his message is not only important, it is extremely necessary, because part of living your Frock-alicious life is embracing all areas of your life and understanding that you cannot have one without the other. You know, there's a goofy little poster that says, I can have it all, just not at the same time, which I agree with. But if you don't embrace every part of your life, you miss out. So again, I'm so excited that Dwayne's here today, and he's going to share a little bit about what you can expect in Canmore. And I want you to really be paying attention, because this is one, I don't know if it's appropriate to say one smart cookie when it's a man, but he's a smart cookie to me, and that's what matters. So Dwayne, welcome. I'm so excited you're coming. Please share with us a little bit more about what we can expect.
Joe, I am really super excited to be able to present at your amazing event in Canmore in September. I really believe that with what's happening with both men, women, and in relationships, it couldn't be a better time. And to be able to present to a room full of wonderful, empowered women, it really is it's just the right time, right place. And what I'm going to be sharing, I'm the author of The Remarkable Man, Champions to Women, Heroes to Children, and Brothers to Each Other. And I'm known as the coach for men, because I inspire men to live remarkable lives. And I also have an organization called the Remarkable Man Project, which is about to be the largest leadership and empowerment network in the world for men. Mm-hmm. And the reason we've done this, or created this container, is what's happening to men, women, and relationships. And for a lot of guys, they really don't have a container to understand what's happening to today's empowered woman. Mm-hmm. And you know, as I was growing and learning what was going on, I had a few years ago, I had my perfect storm. And in about an 18-month period, I lost a multi-million-dollar outdoor advertising company to crooked partners. I found out my 7-year-old son wasn't mine. And the woman of my dreams, she left me as a broken man at that time. And it was a real wake-up call as to where I was. As we're in this new age now of this feminine energy. Things are shifting, and we can all feel it. And I know that your audience can definitely feel it, whether they're in a relationship or they're single, they're married. Doesn't matter if it's long term or they're just dating. Mm-hmm. There is a shift that's occurring, and what's happening now is men are losing their sense of utility in the relationship. And when they lose this sense of utility, they're not sure how to show up anymore. Because women right now, they can do anything. You just you ask a 12-year-old girl what she wants to be, woo! Just like, yeah, I want to do this. And most 12-year-old boys or teen boys, I don't know. I want to be a gamer. I want to be a boarder. I don't know. And I'm actually fearful of the next generation, what's happening. Mm-hmm. So when I present to your amazing event, Joe, I want to bring this awareness as to what's happening to men, women, and relationships, and how women should not have to dumb it down or play small to be with her man. Because mm-hmm. women right now are on this meteoric rise of awareness and growth. Men are flatlining. Men, you go to most of these empowering workshops or seminars, 80 to 90% of that audience is women. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so they're all pumped up. They're, I learned some amazing things. They come home and they go, honey, I learned all this, and this was amazing. I want to share this with you. And this is the book I got. And he's like, that's great. Awesome. Oh, that's good. Oh, hey, the game's on. I'll talk to you in a minute. Mm-hmm. And and they tune out.
Mm-hmm.
And so as relationships are advancing, that's unsustainable.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
right now, 73% of relationships are ending because she said so.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
most guys are sitting back going, I didn't see it happen. I thought we were good. I thought we
Mm-hmm.
were good. So I'm going to share some things that are kind of groundbreaking. I'm going to kind of get into some areas that are a little taboo, a little fun, a little playful, a little provocative, and areas that we can look at ourselves and go, that's where I'm at, or what do I need to do to take my relationship or my world to the next level that I can attract my champion. And I'm going to give 3 tips on how to attract your champion, even if you're already in a relationship, and how that champion can show up in your life as your husband, your boyfriend, because he's there. It's inside him. He
Yeah.
just doesn't realize it yet.
Yeah. I think I think that's very provocative all by itself, because we have, women have really come into their own, as you so well noted. In the last, I would say, I've seen tremendous change in the last 10 to 15 years. I've really seen things ramping up, and it has taken, I would say it's taken a toll in the sense of men aren't really sure. I've seen this myself in my own experiences and trying to balance it out. And I think that, as I said, I think it's necessary. I can think of no better place to lay out things that are taboo, provocative than a Frock-alicious life event, because it is about your life and your business. Because when one part of you is broken, everything is broken. I have tremendous respect for people that, weather the storm, that, go through, but there is a time you can weather, but you need to get back to being happy at some point, whatever that looks like, whether you have to complete a relationship or whatever that looks like. But I love the fact that you're going to empower people with, things they can do to find that champion. So what is one thing that people could start doing immediately today, for example? What's one thing that they could start doing prior to coming to Canmore and hearing all your delicious information?
Great question. And it comes down to values and boundaries. There's a lot of us are in relationship where we are giving and giving and giving, and we're not receiving. Mm-hmm. And at what point are you the option in the relationship? And I do this for both my coaching clients and whether it's a woman or it's a man. In that relationship, how are those values and boundaries? Are they even expressed? For so many people, we go into a relationship and we have all these assumptions going on about how it's going to work. And I'll give you a quick example. So if I rub here and I go, this means I love you. Mm-hmm. And to me, that's what it means. It's like, wow, if anybody does that to me, whoo, it's on. However, the recipient might go, oh, I hate it when he does that. That's just, but rather they want this. Mm-hmm. But I don't know that, because I'm running on this. I think because I love it, she's going to love it. Mm-hmm. So that's what I do. I'll do this, but it's one of those unspoken things that we do, and it's never shared. And so I would suggest that whatever your values and boundaries are, if you're in relationship right now, review what your values and boundaries are in your relationship. And if you're single and you're looking or you're wanting to start looking, get really clear on what your values and boundaries are. What do you want to expect? And then when we project out there what our dream relationship looks like, are you that dream person that person's looking for?
Mm-hmm. That's awesome, because I remember when I went back into dating, that you just twigged something for me. And I remember starting and dating, and I had been in a relationship, and unfortunately it had ended, and I had been in that same relationship for 20 years. So I felt like I had no idea what I was doing. And even just defining what I wanted was really important versus what I didn't want. And the other piece was, I remember gentleman that I was on a date with, and he wasn't being aggressive. He was just asking me a question. He said, but what do you bring to the table? And he wasn't talking about money or any of those things. He was talking about what was important in my life. And I have never forgotten that. Like, I'm happily married to someone else who, you know, we had open communication. And I thank that gentleman to this day. I still think about that. So I am so excited that you're coming. I can't wait to hear, because just this, I could go on with you for hours. I love this type of conversation because it's about, you know, as equally important in our business life to get access to knowledge and tools is in our life, because after all, there is only so many hours we're going to spend working. Hopefully you're taking some time to enjoy your life, treat yourself, and have, you know, whatever that relationship looks like. Because I think relationships, whether it's a love relationship with a partner or with a, you know, even with other people, when you get a clear understanding of what you want in your life, you become a much more well-rounded person, in my opinion. So thank you, Dwayne. I can't wait to see you. It's going to be awesome. And yeah, he'll be the gentleman in the crowd. So awesome. We will see you very soon. Take care, Dwayne. And until then, have a Frock-alicious day, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See you soon.